Hello and welcome to another installment of our monthly FAQ series. Today, we'll be walking you through how to fix some of the issues you've encountered using the Aurora Pro. When you set up the Aurora Pro for the first time, place it carefully so that the projection closely aligns with the borders of your screen. Make sure that the projection is the same size or larger than your screen, since you'll be able to make it smaller with keystone correction, but you won't be able to expand it to fill any empty space. Once your projection is close to perfect, adjust the level on the bottom as needed. Then, enter keystone correction in the display settings of your Aurora Pro. Choose 4-point mode for minor adjustments and 8-point for major distortion. Press OK to select a point along the edge of the screen and use the arrow keys to reposition it. Press OK again to confirm, then repeat the process for every point until the projection fits perfectly within your screen. Both our motorized trays and our Fresnel screens are designed to be drilled into place, so it can be daunting to set them up for the first time. If you're worried about making sure everything is perfectly aligned, it's a good idea to take some measurements before you start. First, determine the placement of your motorized tray. You're going to center your screen over this tray, so it's important that you leave at least 33 inches of wall space on each side of your tray for a 100-inch screen, or approximately 42 inches on each side for a 120-inch screen. Once your motorized tray is in place, you can measure for the height of your screen. If you have the AS200 sliding tray, hang the Fresnel screen 15¼ inches above the surface of the tray. This means that the bottom of the wall mounting brackets should be 68½ inches above the top of the tray. If you have the AS400 lifting tray, hang the Fresnel screen at least 13¼ inches above the surface of the tray. This means that the bottom of the wall mounting brackets should be at least 57 inches above the top of the tray. Note that the AS400 can raise your projector by an additional 7 inches, so you are free to mount your screen higher as needed. The most common cause of screen flickering is a loose connection of an HDMI cable or Fire Stick. Please ensure that all your connections are secure to eliminate any screen flickering issues. Distortion is also likely when you project directly onto a wall. Even if your wall looks perfectly flat, as soon as you project onto it using an ultra short throw projector, you're likely to encounter warping in areas with minor imperfections and normal paint texture. If you're experiencing heavy distortion or random shadows while using your projector, the most likely culprit is your projector screen. Ripples can appear on your screen if there isn't even tension coming from each side. Even the smallest ripples on the surface of your screen can become very obvious when you use an ultra short throw projector. Since these projectors shoot light straight up at the screen, they magnify any irregularities, casting long shadows and waves compared to the minor distortion you'll experience with a long throw projector. To prevent these image blemishes, you'll need a smooth, flat surface to project onto, such as a high-end ambient light rejecting or tab tension screen. When you open an app on the Aurora Pro for the first time, you'll be prompted to grant access to the storage folder. If this request is denied, you'll be locked out from using any apps. If you've denied access to your file system previously, you must factory reset your projector before you can use any apps from the App Store. Due to some licensing issues with Google, the Aurora Pro YouTube app is currently unable to sign into any YouTube accounts. Fortunately, there are a few workarounds you can use to continue watching videos on the Aurora Pro. The most simple solution is to watch videos on YouTube without being signed into your account. Alternatively, you can sign in on your phone and cast videos to your projector. However, the best way to get around this limitation is to use an external streaming stick, such as a Fire TV, Apple TV, or Roku. Although we are making efforts to improve our inbuilt apps, the current experience simply doesn't beat the performance of these inexpensive third-party streaming devices. If you have been getting an error message that says fan malfunction, shutting down in 30 seconds, allow your projector to finish turning off and wait at least 30 minutes before turning it on again. If you get the error message again, attempt to reset the Aurora Pro to its factory default settings. If the issue persists after a hard reset, please email us at cs@nexigo.com. We may need you to send your projector in for testing, repair, or even replacement under warranty. Thanks for watching. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the comments and we'll address them in a future video. See you next time.